Hi, my name is Angie. Welcome to Tanz's Tarot. Tonight I'm going to do a reading for the sign of Gemini for the mid-month of April 2018. I'm an astrologer and also a tarot reader. I'm new to YouTube, so if you would like to comment, please like or share or even subscribe to my channel. I would greatly appreciate that. First, I'm going to shuffle the cards, and I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the astrology and the energies that are happening right now. On the 15th, we have a new moon in Aries. And for you, the sign of Aries is your 11th house. It's friendships, groups, organizations, hopes, wishes, and dreams, and something else, kind of thing. Hopes, wishes, and dreams, organization, and ex-lovers. Sorry. Yes, you have a new moon in that area of your life. So it's possible that you just recently, have gotten into a new group of friends. Maybe you've kind of started your life over with new people. Maybe you've had issues with groups of friends. But you're going to have a new moon there. You also have organizations. You could have started a new group, like any kind of group. It doesn't matter. Groups of people you meet on a regular basis. It could be like AA. It could be a card club. It could be anything where you are doing things with people and it's a group and you're kind of like a steady group of people. There's something new coming up for you, and that energy can last up to 6 months. So that's what's coming new for you this weekend. Also, ex-lovers. Anybody that you were maybe hoping to get back with, maybe you and a partner have broken up and you're hoping to rekindle that. It could also be friendships. So maybe some old friends you haven't seen for a long time, you guys kind of reunite and you get back together. So you've got that too. On the end of the month, we have a full moon, which is a culmination. And usually I think that there's a connection between the new moon and the full moon in the month. And your full moon, it falls in Scorpio. And Scorpio is your 6th house. 6th house is your health. It can be your job. It can also be pets. So on the 30th, I want you to kind of be aware of what's going on in your job life, possibly pet life. Maybe you're going to get a new pet, and by the time the 30th rolls around, you may, be something significant can happen with an animal. Nothing bad. It can be, but I've learned that when the full moon fell in my pet got loose, and she ran away. And it was probably the most excruciating 5 hours of my life. She was just a puppy. So keep an eye on your pets on the full moon on the 30th. Make sure their health is good. That kind of thing. If you see any signs, be aware of that. The full moon can also fall in your job area. And you may possibly have just applied for a job or you're switching jobs. And by the time the full moon rolls around, you could very well be have already started the process and you've been hired. So now you've been hired into a new position in your job. It's your work. It may not be something that you do forever, or something major can change at your job. Something that you wasn't aware of. So anyway, that's what that is. I do want to throw one note in. I like to tell everybody, and this. The sign of Jupiter, or the planet Jupiter, has been in your 6th house since October, November of last year. And that is basically what I just talked about, the full moon. So this is very significant full moon for you guys, because Jupiter is a planet that whatever it touches, it expands. It can actually kind of magnify what's going on in your 6th house. So anything to do with pets, you could have a pet pass. Unfortunately, I'm sorry to tell you that. You could also have a pet maybe you love your pet so much, you're just like, oh my god, I love this animal so much. I mean, you become like kindred spirits. It's weird. You got a pet that really makes a difference in your life. So the full moon with the pet thing, or you just might have just got a pet and now you're like, okay, we gotta get the pet. It has to be spayed. Maybe you're spaying your pet around that time. It can be anything, but just be aware that there's some pet situation going on in your life right now. There's also, and that energy will last until November of this year. So anything to do with pets is very important. Another thing that's important is your job. You may have gotten a new job and you just love the people you work with. You guys click. Your new job is something you really enjoy. You could very well have just gotten super busy at work. You're just busy, busy, busy all the time. You're like, oh my God, I've got all these new clients. I've got all this new work. I'm learning all these new things. Your job is really a major area of your life you've been thinking about. You're trying to connect everything, you know, learn the new ways. If you've got a new job or new people in your environment, you are trying to bring people together. You're trying to make things more organized. Maybe you're trying to work your way up the ladder, but either way, it's not a bad thing. It's a good thing. Like you're actually feel like you're kind of succeeding. You know, you're getting somewhere. You're starting to see things kind of come to fruition that you've been putting so much hard work into. Also, another thing I wanted to bring up was the fact that the 6th house is your health. So over the past, you know, 4 or 5 months, you know, maybe you had some surgeries, maybe you had some kind of decide to start working out, getting yourself back in shape. Maybe you're trying to get your health right. Maybe you found out something about your health and you have to make changes now in your life. Either way, Jupiter's here to help bring you luck in that area. Jupiter brings luck wherever it touches. So it's trying to show you spiritually where you need to be in those areas of your life. And so when we have this full moon at the end of the month, there may be a culmination about your health. Maybe you find out a diagnosis and you're going to know what to do now. And now you're going to be able to take the next steps in order to become healthier. Maybe you will actually get on the scale and you've been working out for the past 5 months, or it could even be 3 weeks. But either way, you're going to see a culmination of your health. Because I said it was connected to the 6th or to the 11th house, maybe something that you do with a group of people. Maybe you started a new step class. Not step, nobody does step anymore. Some kind of yoga class. And you're doing yoga and you come to the end of the class and they say, you know what? The teacher is not going to no longer be teaching. We've got a new teacher. I mean, it could be anything, but it is all focused on pets, your health, and also your work. So these are just some points to think about. I mean, I think that everybody's going to be fine. So I think it's going to be a good month for you guys. So focusing on groups of people and hopes, wishes, and dreams. So if you've been dreaming about losing 5 pounds or whatever, you're going to get it. If you've been dreaming about how much you would love to get back with your ex, it's going to happen. If you've been dreaming about you possibly getting a new pet or getting your pet to mind, maybe you train your pet and it's learning all these new tricks. Either way, it's going to happen. So sorry to make it so long. Just kind of wanted to throw that out there for you guys. I love the astrology part. That's something that I am very, very, very passionate about. And I always find that those energies are pretty on. And this is Tanza. This is my dog. I named my channel after her. She likes to have all my attention all the time. I actually started your video once before and I had to stop it because she started barking. Because I had the windows open, trying to let this warm breeze blow through my house. And she barks at everything. So I had to close all the windows. And after that, I couldn't even focus. So anyway, so I'm done shuffling your cards. I'm going to go ahead and pick some cards out for you. I usually just go with the number that comes to my mind. The number 7, it came to mind. So I'm going to pick 7 cards for you, and you're going to start your reading. Okay, so you have an interesting reading today. I'm going to go ahead and start at the beginning. You do have a lot of people in your reading, so there's a lot of people in your life. And we did just talk about the new moon being in your 11th house of friendships, groups, and organizations. So I think you're going to have a lot of contact with people here in the next month. There's going to be a lot of talking, and you're going to have a lot of communicating, possibly socializing, meeting new people. So that's the energy. The first card that comes up for you is the Queen of Cups. And the Queen of Cups is a water sign. It's either a Scorpio, a Cancer, or a Pisces. And those are water signs. I feel like the first card usually when I do a tarot card reading is the energy that you are dealing with right now. And it looks like that the Queen of Cups is feeling a little, I don't know. Usually when I see this card, I feel like she's kind of down. She's thinking about some things that matter a lot to her right now. Possibly some feelings that she has. Maybe she feels a little lonely. Maybe she's been, she's, I don't know. I feel like she's missing somebody, honestly. I think there's somebody that Gemini's missing right now. And, you know, she's just focusing in on it. This is a love card. I'm not so sure this is a love reading, but this is a love card. This could be something she loves, and she's just very, very in thought about it. Maybe you're emotional right now. Maybe you've been kind of emotional lately. You're feeling kind of lonely. Maybe you are just kind of reflecting right now, and you're thinking about some things in the past. I don't think it's like real harsh or anything, or that you're super duper sad. I mean, you could be, but I don't feel like it's that. I think there's just you reflecting on some past loves right now. You're kind of thinking about stuff. Maybe you're thinking about how you wish your relationship could be. Maybe you have an ideal in your mind of what relationship should be like, and for some reason you're just feeling like yours isn't like that. But either way, it's nothing tragic. You'll figure it out. Sometimes we just pause and we just kind of have emotions that come inside of us, and we can't really explain them, but we deal with them on our own. And I think you're dealing with some emotions right now. The next card you have is the Fool. And the Fool card is basically someone who is vicariously ready to take a big step. Somebody is ready to just throw caution to the wind and take off on a new adventure. You could very much possibly be moving. Maybe you're moving house. Maybe you're going to go on a vacation. Maybe you're going to go on a road trip. I'm not really sure, but whatever it is you're trying to do, you are just ready to step off into the future. You're not really paying attention to what is going on around you. You're just thinking about what brings you joy right now. And I think that's what you need. You need some joy in your life. I feel like sometimes you feel like, you know, you're kind of always thinking about, you know, what other people need or trying to please other people. But right now you need to focus on you and just what really makes you happy. You are getting ready to go somewhere. You may be taking a trip. I don't know, it's somewhere sunny. If you look at the light there, or the sun, not the light, the sun there, it's shining on you. And you're just like, oh, this is amazing. Maybe you're going somewhere sunny. Maybe you're just so happy that spring is here that you're like, oh my God, I feel like a new person. Maybe even kind of sad. You know, when I look at the Queen of Cups, you've been kind of saddened down a little bit. But now that the sun's coming out, you're like, woohoo! Like it brought total like energy into your life. But either way, you're feeling something, and you may be taking a risk because this is a risky card. Sometimes the Fool will step out into your light. You're stepping out into the light. Maybe even hiding out a little bit. Now you're ready to go out and party. Maybe you're going to go out. You're going to see your friends. You're going to hang out. You're going to have a good time. And you're just going to have a good time. This is not a bad card at all. This is kind of a cool card. It's a very youthful card to me. When I look at this, I think of youthfulness. And look at the funky shirt they have on. Look at that funky shirt. And they got a little dog somewhere. Oh, there's a dog. Remember we talked about pets? You might have got a new pet. And you're going to like really get into this pet. You and that pet are bonding right now. It's just you and him. And you're outside playing. And I don't know. It's just you love being with your dog. Or your cat, and you know, it's really cool. So anyway, so the next card that you have is the Tower. Not to freak you out, but if you've never seen the Tower card, this is what it looks like. Tarot card is an unexpected change out of nowhere happens. This card is not, it looks scary, and it can be, but really it's not about being scared. And that's the thing about the Tower. The Tower is an energy where something needs to happen. And the divine universe is coming in and making that change, because for some reason you're not. Maybe there's something that you need to stop doing, that you haven't stopped doing, that's not good for you. And you just keep doing it and doing it and doing it. Well, guess what? Something's going to happen. And when it happens, because you're being foolish, because this is the Fool card, maybe you're being foolish about something, and now something can happen. It may be shopping too much. Maybe you haven't been saving your money. Maybe you're blowing your money. Maybe you're going shopping. Maybe you've been depressed and you don't feel good, or you're feeling low self-esteem, or whatever. Somebody hurt your feelings, and the first thing you do is go out and you hit the mall. I don't know. Maybe you're drinking too much. Maybe you are, it's something that needs to change. It could be a relationship that you are just trying to act like everything's cool and it's not. And something is going to just come out of nowhere, and it's just going to go boom. And you are going to have to deal with it. Doesn't mean that you're going to get divorced. Doesn't mean that you are never going to talk to that person again. But there are two people in this picture. And if you look at this, there's a woman and there's a man, and a lightning bolt just struck the top of their house. Maybe there is something going on in your home that you are not looking at close enough. Maybe the lights have been flickering, and maybe some electrical problems have been having, but you just kind of keep going, oh, it'll be no big deal. It's just that, that thing over there that, there's just a little short over there. Well, don't take it lightly. This is a warning. The Tower card comes up, I think of it as a warning. Maybe there is something serious, and it could cause a fire, and your house can burn. Do not play with fire. So this is a warning card. So you will know what this means, because there is something in your life, Gemini, right now that you are trying to maybe either push under the rug, or maybe you are trying to ignore. And it's just going to come out, and it's going to go, psh, and you're going to be like, holy shit. I knew that was going to happen, but I just didn't want to deal with it. Kind of how that rolls. Now, the other scenario can be something could be positive. It doesn't have to be negative. Maybe you haven't been doing something that you need to do that would better your life. Well, it's kind of the same thing, I guess. Either way, maybe you're going to meet someone, boom, out of the blue. Maybe you're going to run into somebody, boom, out of the blue. And you don't want to have to do it, because you've been trying to stay away from the situation. People do this all the time. They don't want to talk to the landlord. They don't want to talk because they're late on rent. They don't want to talk to their husband or wife because they don't want to deal with the problems. Whatever it is that you are trying to ignore, it's going to come. And it's just how it goes. I mean, this is life. So anyway, there's something to do with either your home, or you could be moving. You could be like, oh, you know what? I can't take it anymore. I'm out of here. This is it. I'm done. I've dealt with this long enough. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. And you're going to leave. Or you're going to decide that I can't do this anymore, and you're going to have a talk with somebody, and you're going to then move to the next direction. Now, the next card that you have is the Queen of Pentacles. We have another person here. I told you have a lot of people in your reading. All females, by the way. So there's a lot of feminine energy in your life right now, Gemini. So you may be, dealing with a lot of women. It could be your mother. It could be, this is the Queen of Pentacles. Usually she's a Virgo, Capricorn, or a Taurus. And Taurus people are very calm, cool, and collected people. Virgo and Capricorn, very cool people. But they also are the sign of the Pentacles. Somebody around you is kind of doing what you're doing. This is what I see. You're both looking the opposite direction. Oh, well, when it's laid where it's laid on mine, right now you're looking the same way. But when I lay this down, you're both looking the other direction. So you're both looking back. I've got the Queen of Pentacles, and I got the Queen of Water, which is the Queen of Cups. And I also have the Queen of Pentacles, both facing back. When you're reading, I lay it down, you're looking in the past. So there's somebody that's looking in the past. There may be somebody thinking about you. somebody that was really important to you at one time in your life. The reason why I say they're important is because they're the Pentacles. And the Pentacles are what you value, and it's also money. Maybe somebody owes you money that told you they were going to pay you and they haven't. And they are looking back and they're thinking, oh my gosh, you know, I really need to pay them, but I haven't. I'm gonna. But whoever it is, they're kind of embarrassed, I think, and they want to pay you, but maybe they just don't have the money. I don't know. As far as this card goes, because you're both looking backwards, I think you're both thinking about each other. There is something in your lives that you need to discuss and kind of figure out. And because the Tower is right before the Queen of Pentacles, I think something's going to happen to where you're going to have to talk. You're going to have to clear some air somewhere. But either way, that's just kind of the story I'm getting right now. The next card you have is Strength. And the Strength card is pretty cool. This can be the sign of Leo. That's what a lot of tarot card readers say. I don't know. I guess it is. But to me, it's a woman who is taming a lion. This card is a lot about taming yourself. This is about like trying to change, and it doesn't happen overnight. You may have needed to make some changes in your life because you didn't like the way you were reacting towards people. Maybe you were reacting kind of, I don't know, like maybe you were overreacting. You're learning to tame yourself. You're growing up. This is a growth card. This is taming the spirit. It can also be associated with a relationship. You can tame the lion inside of you. This is about control. I mean, this is about strength. How strong are you? Because sometimes I think you act like you're strong, but really you're not. And what you need to focus on right now is building your strength in a mature way. Holding yourself up to the standards that you want others to hold up to you. And that's what strength is about. I feel like whatever you're getting ready to deal with this Queen of Pentacles is going to be, you're going to have to be strong. Because I don't think, I mean, even if they are owing you money, you're just going to have to be strong because sometimes when we loan people money, you know, you may not get it back. And it can cause people to not get along and they can fight. So I'm not sure if you guys have loaned anybody money. I don't know why I feel that, but I kind of feel like it's possible. But you're going to have to be strong because I think you are going to get your money. It's just not going to happen like that. Now, another cool thing about this card is this is taming the lion inside of you. Maybe you're having like urges to step out on a relationship, you know, or maybe you did step out on a relationship and now you're learning that it takes strength to be in one. It's not easy. You have to face the ups and the downs. Every day can't be like candy and roses. That's not realistic. I mean, if that was the case, then we would all be in love and dancing in the streets. Like, oh my God, you know, we're all in love. No. The relationships that last the longest are the ones that have gone through the pain and the suffering, that are still together, that's worked through it. And I think you're learning that. You're learning finally that you have gained a lot of strength through your relationships. At times you wanted to run away, and sometimes you do. But at the end of the day, you're realizing that your strength has gotten you through so much. And I think it's about forgiveness for you also. Because the next card you have is the Three of Cups. Now, the Three of Cups can be many things. This is a celebration card. You are celebrating. I think you're forgiving some people. I think there's part of you that have been kind of weirded out by yourself. Like maybe you just didn't really, I don't know, you kind of been on this alone journey for some reason for a couple of years. Like you feel like you were alone. You feel like nobody understood you. Maybe you had some falling outs with people. Maybe you just felt like, you know, no matter what I do, nobody really gets me. You know, I just feel like nobody gets me. And that can be a very lonely feeling. But this is ending. When we go back to the groups and organizations, we were talking about hanging out with new people. I think you're going to be having some fun. Before the end of April's over, you are going to be having fun with your friends. You're going to be going, hey, you know what? This is how life works. Nobody's perfect. We all have our ups and downs, our quirks, but those true friends, the people that matter the most, are always going to be there. You may not talk to them for a year. I mean, I've gone through, you can ask my friends, they'll tell you, we didn't talk for a while, but you know what? We came back and things worked out. And that's how life is. I mean, there are some people you just never talk to again. But like I said to you about the forgiveness card, you're going to. Now, when we talk about a house, because we were talking about the house, and when I said that, you may be moving, this could be a move card, but it can be abrupt. And you might be worried that maybe you don't know if you have the money to do it. So you're looking at your money and you're trying to go, oh my God, I just don't know if I can afford to move right now. Or maybe I really want that house, but, or maybe something, God forbid, let's hope nothing happens to your home. You will find the strength. You will get through it. Many people have. My house burnt down when I was 18. It was my apartment, but I lost everything. I just graduated from high school, was getting ready to take the world on, I thought, or I don't even think I was thinking that, honestly. But I got my apartment and it burnt to the ground. I had no clothes. I had nothing. And I made it through. It was easier then because I had nothing anyway. But anyway, back to you guys. This is the Three of Cups. And the Three of Cups is about celebration. I believe you're going to get your house if that's what you're trying to do. You're going to get your business. You're going to get your next venture. You are going to be accepted into that group of people that you've been trying to get you're working out the logistics. You're just trying to work out the list. Where do I fit in? Do these people like me? Like, am I this? Am I that? Whatever. It's, whenever you're dealing with a lot of people, there's always going to be something that somebody doesn't like, or this group thinks differently. I mean, it's so complex. But you're going to find a middle ground. And I think you're going to be happy. You guys are going to do great together. And if you're getting a house, if you're getting a new place to live, you're also going to have that. It will happen. It's a celebration. Now, the last card you have is another person, which is the Queen of Swords. And I do believe this is you again. And the reason why I do is because the Queen of Swords is air signs, and you're an air sign. So Gemini, Aquarius, and Libra. Now this could be another air sign. Excuse me. I'm trying to get over a cold. I've had it for like 3 weeks, and I'm just slowly getting better. My voice is starting to come back. Anyway, this card is the Queen of Swords. And the Queen of Swords is, if it is you, she's in control. If you look at this card, she's got her hand held out. She's got her sword up. She's chilling back in her throne. She's up in the sky, for goodness sake. She's not sitting on the ground. She's an air sign. She's in charge of the air. She is pretty awesome. She's smart. She's intelligent. She's directing something. Do you see her directing the way? People follow Gemini. Gemini's a leader. Most Geminis, they can be very either super talkative, outgoing, or they go in their little shell. But I think right now, it's time for you to step out onto the open. It's time for you, the limelight, to be on you. I think that sometimes you want to run and hide, because maybe you're just kind of too much in the limelight. You're always in the limelight. So it kind of, you need your alone time. And you may be feeling like you need your alone time right now. But this card is saying that you have kind of paved a road that maybe you didn't see the future. You kind of saw it, but you didn't know where it was really going to go, for sure. And I think now you know that it is really going to go somewhere. And this is a card of a person that has it going on. You have it going on, Gemini. I'm feeling good about your reading. I know that Tower is kind of freaking you out a little bit, but I think you're going to be fine. This card can also, you have a variety of things going on. This could be about love. It could very well be about love and relationships. And something's going to come up and you're going to have to deal with it in love relationships, good or bad. You could also have to deal with somebody that owes you money, that you gave money to because you felt like you needed to help them. And that's awesome, because see, what's cool about Gemini is they'll do people favors and they don't even bring it up. They're not going to throw it in your face. Hey, remember when I did this for you? That's not a Gemini. Gemini people are like, hey, here's your money. You know, hopefully they pay you back, right? But if they don't, I mean, unless it's a major amount of money and you have to take them to court, but there's nothing here saying that's the case. I think maybe you did some stuff for some people that you really cared about, and it was an emotional situation. And, you know, maybe they kind of left you. If that's not the case, maybe you've done some things that you regret, and maybe that you're having a little regret now. But you'd like to make up for that, and you are going to make up for that because you have the Three of Cups. So anyway, Gemini, I hope some of this resonated with you. Please like, share, subscribe, or comment on my channel. I really appreciate you taking the time to listen this evening, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your April. Thank you.